Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to try something a little bit different. Here we have a collection of extremely confident Kamala Harris supporters before the election. Let's see what they have to say, but before we get into that, we're going to have to take a little break for a dance party with Beyonce.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce.
Now, about the 4B movement. Again, I say, no problem. I think we'll be fine. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Hello? Would you like a small wedding or a big wedding? What the fuck?
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Well, it's safe to say that I definitely have a type. Jesus, dude. Hello?
Carry on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Hold on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Okay, now that we're done with the dance party from Beyonce, we can move on to the main course. I had to give you a little appetizer, you know what I mean? Before we start, thank you so much again for being here. Welcome to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe if you like my content, as I noticed that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. I am trying to get to that glorious YouTube play button. I got about 75,000 of you left to grab a hold to and bring into my world. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, your main course. You might have seen her before. Does a very good Kamala Harris impersonation. I figured we'd start out with a fun one, you know, just for fun.
Well, I'm really confident we're going to win because we're going to cheat, okay? We're going to cheat, and we have so many different ways how we're going to accomplish that. First of all, we're flooding the country with new voters. I was in charge of ignoring the border in order to make that happen. We're going to release a deadly disease called X. Elon Musk can't have all the fun.
She's so good.
Once we fearmonger the fuck out of everyone, okay, we're going to go ahead and instill mail-in voting. That's how we won last time.
Do you think she meant to make one eyebrow go higher than the other? Does Kamala have uneven eyebrows? I don't know. I have never looked at Kamala Harris that close, you know? Kamala. Kamala. Whatever the hell her name is. Okay.
Ooh, we've weaponized our entire Department of Justice to go after our opponent, right?
Right.
And, you know, if all else fails, we'll release the holograms of the aliens and burn the fucking country down, you know, whatever it takes. Go America.
Trump lost in 2018. He lost in 2020. He lost in 2022. How many times do we have to lose to realize that we've got to get this right? When we look at the situation, we will have a female president. It will.
Gee, no wonder Trump didn't want her in his administration. Gee, I wonder what she did wrong. God. I wonder if she knows literally nobody likes her. Bitch.
It'll either be me or it will be Kamala Harris. If you nominate Donald Trump as the Republican nominee, Joe Biden will win and Kamala Harris will become president. That's a fact.
You've probably seen this guy before too. He likes to go on those podcasts and on those like one liberal versus 25 Republicans. And he likes to just say a bunch of nonsense. You can tell he's never been in a real fight before. You can tell he's just a weak beta male. I wonder how much money he got paid to be like a shill like this. And is that Harry Sisson? I just noticed that this right here, this another weak ass beta male, Harry Sisson. He's probably the worst. He's way worse than this guy right here, this little kid. But this is where it begins.
Okay, that whole Kamala speech that we heard, where she basically said, we always win. Sometimes the fight takes longer. It gives off the same vibes as sometimes people will close the door on you, and then you just gotta kick that fucker down. I think that's what she's doing right now. She's kicking that fucker down. And that's why she's so damn quiet. Because they're in there going, wait a minute, we're seeing all these people saying my vote isn't counted. They're going through and saying, what are all these people that, I see that they voted in every single damn election, right down to dog catcher, but for some reason they didn't vote in this election. And what about like the return of mail-in ballots is usually 10% in this state don't return their mail-in ballots. But for some reason, this election, it's 30% of people that didn't return their ballots. And you know what she's going to do? She's going to go to court with actual evidence because she's a lawyer instead of, trust me, bro, they're broken. And we're getting our election back. We're taking our country back. I truly believe
You're
that.
right, we are.
I also believe that that's why we are all very upset about this, but we're like, our guts are calm. We know inside of our guts that this is not
That's weird.
What reality is. We know that there's something fishy going on, and we're getting it back. I can just feel it in my bones. It's, give it a couple of weeks, and we're going to end up, there's going to be some announcement or something. Hey, everybody that didn't have their ballot counted, if you are in your state and you didn't have your ballot counted, you go to vote.org, you can come in and cast a ballot if it's already not counted. I mean, something like that's going to happen. Just watch. She's kicking that fucking door down.
Hey, I wonder if he's still crying.
Fuck what you've heard from the pollsters and the pundits. It's not going to be close tonight. My name is Ron. I have a degree from UCLA in political.
Hi, Ron from UCLA. So you have a degree in political science, huh? Really? You're right. It wasn't even close.
Science. And I've correctly predicted every presidential election since 1984 with Ronald Reagan. Yes, including Trump in 2016, and yes, including Joe Biden in 2020. Pollsters got shit wrong so badly in 2016 that they've been compensating for it ever since. The bottom line is that ever since presidential debates started being televised in 1960 between Kennedy and Nixon, that group of undecided voters, the people in between the political polarities, they tend to vote for whoever's the most presentable, likable candidate. You can run that back all the way to 1960. Whoever presents best in public, whoever comes across as the most likable, tends to win the bulk of those independent, undecided voters.
Hot take real quick there, Ron. And hey, tell me in the comments, like this video, and maybe even subscribe to my channel if you agree with what I'm about to say. I like Donald Trump. I like his personality. I think he's a nice guy. I also think he don't take no shit. But I also think he's a really nice guy. I would love to have dinner with him. I mean, what the hell? So you're right, Ron. They usually do go with the person who's more presentable. if she couldn't even handle a 3-hour Joe Rogan podcast, Ron, how the hell is she going to handle Xi Jinping of China and Vladimir Putin of Russia? Kim Jong-un, you think he's going to respect her? No. So what else you got to say, Ron?
The difference between Trump and Kamala in this regard is glaring. I expect that by midnight Central Time tonight, the presidential election will be called for Kamala Harris. And I also expect that Kamala is going to exceed the 81 million votes that Joe Biden received in 2020, and that she's going to beat Trump by more than 10 million votes. Here's how I see the electoral map breaking down.
So, you think he's still crying? Maybe he shaved his beard off in protest. Ron's not screwing any of you Republican women anymore.
I think Florida's
Wait.
flip.
Let me look at that again.
Florida's
Hold
gonna
on. Wait. Right there. Now let's look at what it actually was. Okay. Wow. I hope Ron didn't also buy a lottery ticket.
I think Florida's going to flip. And I think Texas just might as well. If you're a Kamala supporter, you can rest easy tonight. She's going to win. On January 20th, 2020.
He thought Florida was going to flip and Texas might flip. The fuck? Your degree ain't worth shit, Ron. Oh my God. You should go back to the college where you got that degree and just slap him right in the face, Ron. Ron, you need a MAGA hat to match that red shirt. Dumbass. Hey, Ron, everybody in the comments section thinks that you're a dumbass. How's that feel?
25 Martin Luther King Day. Kamala Harris is going to be inaugurated as the first female president in the United States.
Kamala Harris is going to be our next president. Today on Polymarket, she has been consistently trending up and Trump has been consistently trending down. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to see a woman president.
Hey, girly, the 4 years hasn't even started yet.
The big cry is coming.
Yeah, it is.
The big cry is coming. Can you feel it?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I just want to share this. This is something I've been feeling for the last week. It's something that's been welling up inside of me. And I want to know how many of you out there feel it too. You feel it working its way up into your chest. Sometimes you feel it in your throat already. You feel it in your face.
Every time he says feel, take a shot. Don't do that. You get alcohol poisoning.
What's the big cry? It's when in the next 48 to 72 hours we realize that we have elected the first woman president of these United States. And we fully understand what an embarrassment it has been that she is only the first. It will be a time of release. It will be a time of realization. It will be a time of reckoning in this country. When we sit on the couch next to our wives and daughters and we cry and sob with them.
Damn, how weak. Now, I think I know why they're so mad. Look how confident he is. And you got landslided, my guy.
They look at the television and see someone who represents them for the first time in American history, sitting in the highest office of this country. As men, we get to experience that. And I don't know about you, but I can't wait. I can't wait to experience my daughter, who is going to, in just 2 short years, be coming into her own young womanhood, looking up at a woman filling the office of the highest in the land.
I don't like the way he worded that. That creep you out. That creeped me out. That creeped me out. I don't like this dude. He got like bad vibes about him. I don't know. So I was gonna move on to the next one, but there's a part 2 on November 6th.
The Big Cry, part 2. Look at these comments. Never had so many people that never followed me or commented on anything in my life all of a sudden come on my post to tell me that it didn't age well. And am I crying now? I know that there are so many people on that post still commenting who don't follow me.
No.
Who still haven't followed me.
They're not going to.
They just wanted to come on and make comments to make sure that I'm having a big cry so they can laugh about it.
Hey, congratulations, you schmuck. You made my video. Good job. Now you're going to be famous.
So, while this is for the people who appreciated the post, this is for those who think it's funny that I was wrong. Oh no.
This guy.
I was wrong.
Yep.
Imagine if Donald Trump could admit that he was wrong.
You see what they do? They can't even take even one tiny little ounce of self-accountability. The first thing he said was not, I screwed up, I was wrong, I had wrong data. No. Imagine if Donald Trump could do this, or Donald Trump this, or Donald Trump that. This is why you lost. This is why you lost, because you can't answer a question about Kamala, about the race, about any of this stuff without starting with, but Donald Trump did this. That's why you lost. You're an idiot. And you know what? It's not so much that we're laughing that you were wrong. It's that you put it out here publicly. I know that I am putting my head on a platter for scrutiny every time I post a video. I am opening up all of you to dissect what I say, what I look like, Ralph, all that stuff. You're going to dissect everything. You want to know my flag. You want to know what's up with that belt. I know I'm putting myself out there, but I don't really care. I bring it. That's fine. Heart. But this guy, he's complaining because he posted a video publicly. If you're going to be a content creator, you got to take the good with the bad.
That easily? Imagine if he could just say, I made a mistake. I'm not always right. I don't always tell the truth. He can't do that. He
neither can you.
Neurologically can't do that. And what I said didn't happen. Which is another funny thing, because if you actually listen to the words I said, when Kamala Harris wins, we'll have a big cry. But since she didn't win, apparently, there's no cry.
I beg to differ.
It'll just keep inside until the time is right. Until humanity makes it right.
This poor, fragile little man. He probably thinks he's a big, tough guy, too. I know a lot of fake, tough people. You know what I mean? You probably do, too. Whatever.
And also, since we are in the topic of, liquid courage, let me say something else. Trump is not going to win. And yes, I already know the election's over. I don't care.
just for clarity, this video, it says right here, was posted on November 15th. Are they that stupid? I guess they are that stupid. I mean, I'm sorry, but he looks, I mean, tattoo on your fucking head, like a weird edge up here. It like looks like a bunch of spiders having a meeting. I don't like this.
That man is not going to win. Kamala has something up her sleeve. Please, guys, please stay focused. This is not the time for sitting here and being sad and, oh my gosh, Kamala. Did you not hear her speech? She said, when we fight, we win. She's not lost. We have until January.
Was that like that other guy? The Delulu is big with this one. This person right here says his name is Zaire. This person right here is what we call in the Jewish faith a schmuck. Just so you know.
For this election to really be through. Kamala's not done. Like, guys, she's a fucking... Excuse my French. Because there might be some people watching who are not of age. Because that's what my content gives. It gives all ages. Anyway.
Oh, creepy.
Kamala's not done, bro. She's gonna win. You know that, right? She's gonna win. Give it time.
I don't want to judge anybody's appearance, but I really think this guy needs a haircut. I don't know. It's just something about it looks unkept. I don't know. I don't want to judge. Maybe he'll say something intelligent.
After doing more research, I've come to the conclusion that Kamala Harris will win the election. Now I know MAGA and the Trumpies and whatnot won't like hearing that, but it's the truth. Not only are her rallies way bigger and more popular than Trump's,
The fuck? Are you stupid? I think I think I was wrong. This is the worst one. I think this guy is about as dumb as you can get. Wow. Is this the dumbest person that we've found so far?
but she's a way more likable person than Trump. So lock it in. My prediction is Kamala Harris winning all 50 states.
Another boomer old white guy who thinks he's a tough guy. Dropping that knowledge. Let's see.
Kamala Harris is going to win this election. This according to yet another poll showing her ahead. Let me read a little bit of this to you. On the eve of the 2024 presidential election, Vice President Kamala Harris holds a 4-point lead over former president and 34-time convicted felon and adjudicated rapist Donald Trump. I added those in, but you know, in all fairness,
of course you did.
Be included because
of course you did.
He is. He leads nationally among likely voters.
You know what else he is? Roman. Oh, Romano. It says the Romano report. You know what else he is, Romano? Your president.
51% to 47%. And this is outside of the poll's margin of error. And by the way, this is the latest from the Marist poll, which is a highly reputable polling firm. This is bad news for Donald Trump. He's had a very, very bad week. And I don't know if you've seen him in any of his recent rallies over the weekend. This does not look like a man who thinks he's going to win. He looks and sounds like a man
what are you talking
who knows
about?
He's about to lose.
What are you
This does not
talking
sound
about?
like a confident man. But by no means should this make you be complacent. If you have not voted yet, make sure you vote. Have a plan. Know exactly where you're supposed to vote, know when you're going to vote, and how you're going to get there. And bring as many people with you as you can to vote for Kamala Harris. We can do this thing. We've got one day to go. Let's stay up. Let's stay activated. Let's beat Donald Trump, and let's never go back.
Okay, guys, so it's the 2024 elections in a couple days, and you can see over here that Harris is definitely winning by popular vote. So I bet we know who our next president's going to be.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Check out the stats from Polymarket, guys. Who do you think's winning?
All right, let's see what this do. You get one. You made the damn list. You know, I can sort of understand why a girl would get that. You know, they have other piercings, nose, like 4 in their ears and stuff. But come on, bro. You gonna get your belly button pierced too? How about a heart tattoo on your lower back? Kamala Harris will be president. Oh yeah? Says who?
God says that Kamala Harris is going to be the next president of the United States. And the Lord says that it will be like a time never before in history. This prophecy reads, it will be marked by disasters. God says an iron age. She will rule with an iron fist for 2 years because there will be very strong opposition to her presidency. The United States is going to enter a time of uncertainty, of uproar, and of revolting. Lots of protests as people will not like the laws and regulations she will pass forward. Things are going to move fast. Within a year, the United States will be completely different. The Lord was showing me that. This woman is going to take away a lot of rights that we are used to in the United States. A lot of checkpoints, a lot of regulations, a lot of things are going to just come to pass. And I believe, you know, the Lord has shown me that she's going to be used to usher in the beast system. I believe that, you know, Prophet Celestial has also talked about this. For all those of you that, you know, are constantly like, oh, you know, you're reiterating Celestial's prophecies, I wouldn't dare, okay? I fear God. I know that Celestial is a real prophet of the Lord, and I'm
Man, these people just keep getting dumber and dumber. Like this person right here has no brain at all. She's I have no idea how she lives. It looks like you live in a nice place. Like, how do you make money when that's how you think? I'm
also a real prophet, okay? These are
Oh my God, she thinks she's okay. She thinks she's a prophet. Oh, okay. Right. The healing power of crystals, right? You ever met one of them chicks that thinks that you can get rid of your headache by putting a crystal in your head or something? You have a tumor? Here's this crystal. Sleep with this, you'll be fine tomorrow.
me on my own time. This is separate from celestial, but this is how you know that the Spirit of the Lord is one, okay? The Holy Spirit is one. So he's warning through different, you know, prophets to reach different demographics, okay? My demographic of people is not the same as celestial. So I believe celestial reaches older people.
All right, let's see what an actual expert has to say. You know
how I feel about polls. However, there's this one guy who has predicted 10 out of the last 10 presidential elections. Who is it and why?
It's going to be a path-breaking victory, the first woman president, Kamala Harris, and here's why. Under my 13-key system, which, as you said, has been right for 40 years, it takes 6 of the 13 keys to turn against the White House party to predict their defeat. At a maximum, the White House party this time loses 5 keys.
Well, your career is over. Bye-bye.
1 key short of the 6 needed to predict their defeat, and that's why, based on a system that's worked for 40 years and has nothing to do with my own political preferences. After all, I picked Trump, predicted Trump in 2016. I'm now predicting a path-breaking Harris victory.
Bill, we're going to win. Let me just tell you that. We're going to win. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we will win.
All right, now we have the infamous James Carville. What does this moron have to say?
James Carville, your piece in the New York Times on Wednesday says Kamala Harris is going to win this election. Tell us why.
Well, I mean, there are a couple of reasons that I say that. Number one, she has a tremendous financial advantage. Secondly, I don't know, but it counts, but she certainly has she has an organization. She has a GOTV, voter contact operation. He has none. It's got to be worth something. Another reason that you just cannot ignore is the Democrats have not lost an election in the last 2.5 years. I mean,
The confidence is amazing. Thank you for being here with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, before we get into the aftermath of the election, I just want to speak a little bit to Kamala's fury at the Pennsylvania rally a few days ago. You might have seen the clip. It's quite incredible. There were some hecklers in the crowd, and Kamala Harris actually got incredibly angry with the hecklers and laid out on the line what was at stake, and she got really furious. And I thought that the anger was beautiful. I thought it was really justified because of what we've got on the line. And it sort of reminded me of the anger of Jesus in the temple. And I actually think, okay, Kamala Harris wasn't channeling God or anything, but I actually think she was kind of channeling the power of women and justice, the authority of justice. And she just captured it for a moment and spoke with so much authority to those hecklers. I'm speaking right now, she said. I mean, look at her face. It was so powerful, and I thought it was actually really beautiful. And I thought it spoke so many words, how angry she became with the authority of justice. Really powerful stuff. Anyway, I think she's an amazing orator, actually. Quite different to a lot of the presidential orators we've had before. But somehow, for us women, we have to raise our voices more to be heard. And boy, was Kamala heard at that rally in Pennsylvania. Obviously, the rally in DC was absolutely fantastic as well. But look, listen, I want to talk about the aftermath of the election. This is assuming Kamala wins. And in order for Kamala to win, we really need everybody to get out and vote. The question is what happens afterwards. And I don't think it's going to be a very close call. I think some of the states might be a close call, but I would have thought we are going to find out the winner earlier than we think. And I do think it's going to be a blue wave. But once that's all been found out, we are going to run into this pretty...
Now, what happened was your blue wall got destroyed by a red wave. That's actually what happened. Just so we're clear.
Unstable period. Now, a lot of you have been very worried about what's going to happen, but listen, I don't think you need to worry too much, because a lot of the incidents that will happen, that will be, you know, the denial of the election, raucous here, riots there, insurrection attempts elsewhere, it will all be isolated incidents. And what you've got to remember is, number one, on January 6, 2021, the vast majority of those really dangerous people who went and stormed the Capitol, the vast majority of them were bussed in, and that was all paid for by Trump and his oligarchs. So, number one...
Wrong. Who the hell told you that, lady? This did not age well at all. You're really dumb. You should really make sure that what you say in your videos is accurate. I stop... And if I say something and I think that, oh, I'm not sure if that's true, I'll go and look it up and redo that part of my video because I want to be accurate. You guys just say shit. What the fuck?
I can't see that they're going to bother doing that this time. And the reason why is what's the point? If they stop the certification of the election by creating an insurrection, what actually happens? In the event that Kamala Harris isn't certified as the new president, what would actually happen? Worst case scenario, well, we have a president and his name is Joe Biden. So we're not going to have anybody storming the Capitol, A, because I don't think Trump and his team are going to pay for people to come in again, and B, because even if they did overturn the actual certification process, it would just be delayed. It wouldn't be changed. And in the meanwhile, Biden would preside. So it would be a redundant effort if the rioters, if the MAGAs went and stormed the Capitol. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Secondly, I actually don't think there's as much power anymore in these MAGAs. Remember when Trump went to all these court cases, I think it was back in March, April, May.
Yeah, you mean the
and
ones
he kept
they
showing
just
up at the
dismissed?
court in New York. The police were bracing
Oh,
themselves
no, that was a different one,
for quite
right?
a lot of rioters and protesters from the MAGA camp. And actually, there were very, very few people there. And
Right, because we're
I
not
find
crazy.
that very interesting. And what it said to me.
No, it's because that we're not maniacs. We're not the idiots who show up and want to throw stuff and tear down the city like you guys are. You're on the wrong side of history. Whatever. I wonder if she's still crying. I don't know.
Folks, we're back on Raw. We're going to take a look at now.
And he kept showing up at the court in New York. The police were bracing themselves for quite a lot of rioters and protesters from the MAGA camp. And actually, there were very, very few people there. And I find that very interesting.
Yeah, it's because that we're not the maniacs who show up and want to burn shit down and kill people. Lady, you are on the wrong side of history. I wonder if she's still crying.
And what it said to me is that they're all full of talk, but it's all saber rattling. They're not actually going to go to the trenches. They didn't go to the trenches of the court case for Trump. The only people who really supported Trump were the sycophant Republicans. They were the only people gathering outside the courtroom during his court case. So I don't actually think there is going to be as much trouble as we're anticipating. Trump's not going to pay for it because they will know that he's lost. They will know they can't overturn it. They're going to do a lot of saber rattling. They're going to do a lot of shouting. There will be riots and there will be isolated events. But I really don't think any of those events are events that can't be contained easily. So mark my words, I just think that this whole idea that there's going to be this horrible aftermath after the election. And remember, don't forget that they have put into place this Election Count Act now, which means that there's no way that Mike Johnson is going to go ahead and not certify the election, and he won't be that involved at that point anyway. I mean, Kamala Harris gets to certify.
The hell is this?
Kamala Harris is definitely going to win the election. There is no doubt about it. I have confirmation, and here it is. This is the story. Mrs. Warner, starch Republican, signed the whole thing in her yard, all of that. Just saw her trying to get away from her. Not one of my favorite people because always been a Trump supporter. Always has been. You just know it. She's got the all of it, okay? So I'm trying to get away, and she's like, hey, you're just calling my name, so I stopped. I'm like, what? I just voted. Okay, good. You know, and I'm still trying to get away. No. I voted for Kamala. Mrs. Warner, excuse me? I voted for Kamala. My granddaughter came over and had a talk with me and told me about the thing about them getting rid of the Department of Education. And because my grandkids are going to need to go to public schools, I got to vote for Kamala. That's what my granddaughter told me. So I just wanted you to.
Wait. What? What? Public school. They don't even know what they're talking about.
To know that I voted for Kamala today. I am like, oh my God, Mrs. Warner has switched. So, Madam President Kamala, it's official. You have won the election. You and Tim Walz, you're in there.
What is up with all these old boomer white guys that are all up in their feels about Kamala Harris? Kamala. My favorite is Kamala. I like that one. That's my favorite one.
I just thought I'd start by sharing some really cool news. Kamala Harris is winning the election and she's going to win.
I
just got some information that in Arizona they're doing early voting, and the only voting booths open are Democratic. So there you go, another win for Kamala. Although everyone is arguing whether Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania are all narrowly contested, which they are, and North Carolina, I really believe Kamala has got the edge. Most certainly, I think the early voting is all
Kamala.
Democrats. It's proven it with Joe Biden.
No, that's not true.
All
False.
the mail-in voting, all the early voting is all for Kamala.
No, you're wrong. That's a lie.
I say guaranteed.
That wasn't true. It was all Republican.
Donald Trump does not have a chance. He really doesn't. And
That's President Donald Trump. Thanks.
you can count on that. And just this was the word I heard from the ground in Arizona, where he supposedly may have a. Well, I got some.
Well, hey there, buddy. Little fella. I don't think your video aged too well. Let's see.
Hey, Donald Trump, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but guess what?
What?
Pennsylvania is turning blue.
Oh, yeah? Really?
And I got a song for you. Trump is gone. Hit it, boys. Gone, gone. Gone, I said gone. Way to go, PA. We're going to win this election. Hey, man. I said, give me a hey, man.
That's not how my videos are, right? Not like that, right? You like my videos? Like, if I ever do anything like that, I want to do like unsubscribe, okay? Just it's cool. I will understand. Jesus, dude.
I have a couple of things to think about for tomorrow, everybody. Number one, Trump's going to lose. He's going to lose badly. He's going to be wrecked. I don't know what the electoral college count's going to be at the end of this, but it's going to get loud and it's going to get hard for him. Their panic is extraordinary. Their events in Georgia and North Carolina are basically about as well attended as a Pokemon card trading convention in.
There was like tens of thousands of people at every single rally. Stop. You know what? The lying is over. Doesn't matter if you lie now. Dumbass. What's another boomer old white guy? The hell?
In Ass Crack, Alabama. The better campaign is going to win this one.
He's going to lose.
Correct again.
It's not even going to be that close, actually. It's
Correct again.
Hey, Kamala, what are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye. I was talking to the guy in the store, of course, asking him, did he vote? And he said he did early voting, and he asked me if I early voted. And he asked me, you know, why I was getting the champagne. And I said, because I'm going to be toasting Madam President tonight. And he just looked at me with kind of like a smirk on his face. And I said, you know, she's going to win this, right? And he says, oh, well, it's very, very close. And I said, no, it's not. Reproductive rights is what it all comes down to. And the women are voting in numbers relative to men that are unbelievable. She's won this. And I said to him, she's going to take every one of the swing states plus Iowa. And he said, oh, but the numbers are so close. I said, I'm a political analyst. I'm telling you right now, the numbers are there. She's taking this election. And then I said to him, you realize, and he didn't tell me who he voted for, but of course I knew. And I said, you do realize you wasted your vote, right? And I didn't care. And I walked out with my bottle of champagne and happily walked home.
Attention MAGAs, it's 2 days from the election and it's about time somebody talks to you, with 2 days left to go in the election. we have to talk to you now because on election night, you're going to find out very quickly, even though Donald Trump is going to claim victory, yeah, within a few hours, you're going to find out that's nonsense and that he lost badly. Yeah. And I'm just on here now to prepare you.
Seriously, another boomer white guy. I wonder if he's still crying too. And maybe I need to like do a little counter for boomer white men. I got to figure out a little icon. Hey, tell me down in the comments what kind of icon like little symbol I should use for boomer white guys. Like you get one, you get one little thing. Just let me know.
You, because the last thing we want to hear is the whole, somebody cheated, somebody didn't count the vote. He's going to lose by millions and millions and millions of votes. And you
when you say he, you talking about the president, Donald Trump? That Donald Trump? Your president? Oh, just making sure. Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. I also appreciate you liking this video, sharing it with your community. And hey, if you like my content, I got lots of other videos for you to watch. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I am currently working on 4 or 5 different videos. I'm going to be posting them all throughout Thanksgiving week. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless America. God bless Donald J. Trump. And I leave you with this.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
Zero.
At least in the county right now. And so you come in full county there. So there you see, but that's states. Yeah. So in counties.
Hey, thank you so much.
58 counties.
Like and subscribe. Peace.